Hi, this is the painting that we will be doing in this video. I hope you like it. I hope you give it a go. See you in a bit. Hi, doing something a little bit different today, basically because I made a mistake, so I'm just going to see how it goes, see what happens with it. But I originally was going to do something similar to the previous painting, which was the light coming through the wood, only this is upright, portrait instead of landscape. This again is another painting that I've gone through all my paintings and I've got covered over the ones that I didn't like or that aren't selling or that were damaged, and I've repaired them and I've tidied them all up. But this one I painted black and left a little bit of white here. And then when I was painting it over with the white, liquid white, I thought, you get some funny colours coming through, you know, from the black gesso. So I thought I'll give it a go and see if I can make something out of these colours. See how it goes, eh? Okay, so I'm going to actually start, although I'm going to use mainly those colours, I am going to start with a tiny, can't say how tiny, bit of red, because I'm going to have a little bit of pink in my sky. So this is the bright red, and I'm just going to float that through. So I have no idea if this will work, and neither will you, because if it doesn't work, then I won't post the video, basically. So if it works, then you'll find out because you'll see the video. Okay, so I have just a tiny little bit of pink on there. And I'm going to go, without cleaning the brush, going to go into some of this lighter blue colour that I mixed. And hopefully that will come up a sort of greyish lilac-y colour, which it sort of does. Okay. I'll have a little bit more here, a little bit more blue in that one. No, that's fine. And then a little bit more blue. And then we'll do the crosses. And we'll start blending the whole sky together, shall we? See what happens. Okay, it's a very soft little sky, but I think I've got too much pink, so we put a little bit of blue in the middle of the pink, just to break it up a little bit. And there we go. There, that's a little bit better. Perhaps soften that a little bit. There we go. Gently, just to remove the brush strokes. And there we are. And then what I will do is, I've decided this is all going to be water down the bottom. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of pink here and there. Which is, I'm literally just tapping into the pink or into the red just to get the colour on the brush. So we'll put some of that down there, and then we'll go back to this blue, put a little bit of that in. Make sure your lines are straight. A bit darker blue. Make sure your lines are straight, she says as it goes totally wrong. Okay, and there we are. And I'm only going to take it up, I may not even take it up that far, I may start a little bit further down. But blend all that together. Add a little bit black maybe in the sky. I have all sorts of colours in the sky today. There we go, there's that. Very stripy sky, but There. And then you can hardly sort of tell where it starts and where it finishes, which is basically what I'm after. Okay, so I'm finally going to clean my brush now. And again, I'm using the Bob Ross Odorless thinners, because I did once at the very, very beginning of my artistry use the use terps, you know, the stuff that you normally use for decorating. And I had such a headache. Clear sinuses, but I had such a headache. Oh, it's awful. So please make sure it's odorless. Okay, where are we going to go with this? I have no idea whatsoever. So let's put a little mountain in, shall we, since we don't know what we're doing. When you don't know what to do, put in a mountain. Okay, I need my big knife for that. That's not my big knife. There it is. We'll just mix the blues and the black. We'll have, actually I've got to put a little bit of red in there as well, so we, you know, so it's a bit of a, it's a dark colour, because the midnight black is sort of a reddy black anyway. It's got a hint of red in it. So there we go. So let's have a mountain here. Where should we have him? We'll have him, oh, he's going to be there. Too late now. Can't change my mind now. Okay, another little bit of paint. Come up. Come down, little bump. Where are we? Okay, didn't come down from there very well. There we are, little bump. Now, you don't really mind what's going on at the bottom of your mountain. It's the top piece. Oh, looks like there's another little bump there. Okay, put that one in as well then, shall we? It's this top line. You need a nice straight top line. If you don't get it, just make your mountain a little bit bigger and it'll be fine. Okay, what you do also want to avoid is just a series of because that will look very strange indeed. In fact, that one's got a bit of a straight. Okay, then take your knife and scrape off any excess paint. Okay. She says, frantically looking round because I've had a bit of a move round. So I'm back in the hut now full time. My son, who was occupying the spare room, the office, which meant I had to have my husband's desk in here, so this was half his office, half my studio. Didn't really work, but it does now. My son's moved out, so he's got himself a flat, so everything's fine. Which means I've got the studio back, it's mine, yay! So now if you book any lessons, you won't be in my dining room. You will be in the studio, unless there happens to be more than 2 of you, because then you will be in the dining room. Or if it's a really nice day, I do actually, I'm looking forward to it. I've not actually done it yet, but it would be nice to hold lessons outside. I've got a beautiful garden. In fact, I might take a video of my garden because I'm quite pleased with my garden, because we moved to this house and my previous house had no garden whatsoever. We had what my husband and I lovingly called a little postage stamp. But because we both worked full time, because we both worked full time, we didn't have time for a lot of gardening. So as a consequence, we paved over the whole thing. So there was no garden whatsoever. Right, take that. I'm actually going to put a little bit of black in it with a little bit of red. It's quite a dull day, okay? But we want it all marbled. We want different colours so that as it comes down, you get all those colours in your painting. So we start and come down here. There's this one here, another little one. Come up here. Down there. Big one here. Now the angles that I'm going to go back for that one because that didn't take right at the top of the mountain. Okay, there we are. And then that's too straight, so we'll make that. There we go. Okay, so that's that side. I'm going to have him a little bit there, and that just tiny, because that one's in the distance. So that's just going to be a tiny little bit, as is this bit here, I think is going to be. Okay, right, so now I need, actually that'll be a good shadow colour. I'll just make it a little bit darker. I know it's going to sound silly, but I'm going to put a little bit of white with it. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit. Notice how quiet I go when I'm doing this. It must be the concentration. The angle has to be opposite to the angle of the snow. Okay, so if your snow goes that way, your shadow has to go that way. Okay, that's quite cool. I quite like that. And yes, I do always sound surprised because I'm always surprised when it works. I love it. It's amazing. And when it does actually work, because it works every time, it's, you know, bring that through. There we go. There we are, we've got just a little mountain. And if, like me, you're not overly keen on the bit that you've just done, then go back and redo the other bit. Okay, so that can now come down. And there we are. And that makes it a little bit more. And if you fancy another little piece coming in there, you can come in with a bit of shadow. Okay. So there we are. I'm going to knock that in there. And that's going to come around there. Okay, so I'm quite pleased with that mountain now. So, right, now need the 2-inch brush. Make sure it's dry, and it really does have to be dry for this. Going to just the top corner of the bristles. Just smoosh it in. Okay. Fluff it up a little bit. And get rid of the brush marks. Okay. Hey, looks quite good. Right, we've got a mountain. What do you say that we do? Just trying to find a brush. Here we go. Why don't we try? Right, so if we add some more white to this, a little bit of blue, why don't we do some far away trees. can do a second row in a minute. Okay, so a little bit darker. I'll bring these ones in from over here. And I'm going to, can't quite see them properly. Okay, so if you get like I did there, where you've just got a series of little fence posts, just dab some more. Okay, dab a little bit more, and then okay, there we are. So a little bit more. In between, create a little bit of mist. And then just go over it just to get rid of the tap marks. Okay, so what I'm going to do is with another, I'm going to use the white, put the white up here. I'm going to make it look like some snow in the distance. Nice little snow. We'll have some snow here, and then we'll have some snow that comes down from that side and meets the plain. Okay, just going over very gently with some titanium white. There we are. And then that looks like that will come, that just comes into the plane. A little bit of blue. Okay, right, now going to do quite a bit darker trees now. In fact, I think we might actually start to see a few little trees. Right. Some individual trees in the distance. Now I'm going to do pressing down. Still don't want them too dark. How many times am I going to hit that kettle today? A couple over there. In fact, I think I'll have another one just coming down in front of it. Little baby one. There we go. And then these ones are a little bit closer, so we'll go a little bit darker again. A little bit bigger as well. We'll start up there. Okay. Now all I'm doing is I'm really loading the brush full of paint, wiggling it to get a really fine edge. You see that? Don't know if you can. Yeah, really straight edge. And another one over here. This paintbrush is actually a little bit too big, but it'll do for what I want. And then I'll bring that down a bit. Okay, now as there's a blue, I would suggest that I'm going to go back into this pink and white, a little bit of liquid white, to highlight them. Okay, so that will bring them back just a little bit. And I've only put the liquid white on them because the thick paint sticks to a thin paint. And then bring that down. Bring that down to there. And just ruffle up the edges a little bit. There we go. Okay. It's a little bit too bright, so if you get a bit that's too bright, if you just go with the underneath colour, it just disappears. Okay. Right, need to start thinking about what's going to go here. Obviously, I think it's going to be a bigger palm tree. Palm tree. Listen to me. I'm doing mountains and snow, and I'm talking palm trees. Doozy. Okay. You know what a doozy is? No, me neither. Okay, I've not cleaned my brush, so I should have done. I'm going to go there. Do quite a dark tree. Oh, there goes my little trees. Oh no. Never mind. We know they're there. Nobody else does, but we do. Because you saw me put them in there. So you can back me up. There is another tree behind there. Okay. And here. Okay, I'm going to stop there. And I'm just going to put this coming down to the river's edge. Because I'm going to have this just trying to roughen up the edge of that a little bit. There we go. A little bit shadow. Okay. A little bit of snow. Okay. Again, you see I got that colour in there. I got myself in trouble because I hit the trees. There we go. It's gone. Okay, back to the lighter colour. A little bit on there. A little bit on there. And there we go. And then we'll just need a little bit of colour. A little bit of snow on those. Okay, now I'm going to find where my water is. Okay, I'm going to take the white, this pinky blue. Okay. We're going to have a little bit of blue in it. It's going to go right across. Okay. Now I need a little bit of the real dark colour, just goes underneath the snow. Gives an appearance of the snow being a bit snowish. Okay, what I am going to give the indication of is that this is actually a frozen lake. So what I am going to do is put bits of ice, baby, sorry, because the reason I'm doing it more than anything else is because the painting before was a beach and it had waves, and you can see the waves coming through the painting. So have some lumps and bumps, and then here I'm going to have some more snow. So I'm going to cut the lake off, and I'm going to cut it off, sorry, picked the wrong brush. I'm going to cut it off by doing that. Okay, and then we can take the little brush, you hear that funny noise, that's my fridge, because during the summer it gets so hot here in the hut. Okay, gets so hot in the hut that I'm afraid everything, I wouldn't say melts, but you know, the oils separate, and oh, I had so much trouble the first summer I was in here. It was horrendous. Everything was just smooshing, and you'd open your tube of oils and you're opening your tube of oils, and you've just got a load of oil that comes flying out first, which makes the resulting made the resulting oil, the rest, you know, the oils absolutely horrendous. Okay, so I'm going to, this is going to have to be a dead thing, because this is doing my head in. There we go. Hey, it's finally decided to stick together. Maybe I just didn't have enough paint on it. I know that happens sometimes. It's a pain, but there we go. There. It's an old dead tree, all gnarled. Can put there. These look pretty much in two bits, isn't he? He's been divided. Okay. So there we go. All right. So now we need, this is a big tree over this side, so we need some big branches to hold it up. In fact, I think I might make it 2 trees. Whenever somebody says it, always makes me remember when we lived in Warrington in Peterborough. And when we moved there, we had cherry trees, which were beautiful, but one spring was enough. When I saw the mess and the way the wind swirled, and all that blossom, all that beautiful blossom that was on the tree, they were quite fair-sized trees, just came in and swirled right the way round and into my hallway. Nah, sorry. Beautiful trees or not, they're going. And they did. A neighbour cut them down. He was a carpenter. And he cut them down and made them into furniture and bird tables and all sorts of stuff. So, although they died, they did not die in vain. He reused them, he recycled them, repurposed them. But you'll notice that, and the reason why I was bringing it up was because we had been 4 trees, was the original name of the property. But because we got rid of all the trees, we called it No Trees. Only when you put it together, a lot of people thought it was just called Not Grease. So I'm not sure how successful that was, but it made us laugh anyway. But that doesn't take much sometimes. Okay, here we go. Again, I'm going to go into a little bit of a liquid white because it needs a bit more pink. There we go. Differentiate it from the background trees because they're a bit blue. And down here, my bushes. And when you're doing this, you're not, although you're tapping hard on here, you literally, it's such a delicate little touch when you're actually, okay, there we are. And over this side, we'll go the same. Although it may sound like I'm tapping, I'm actually just touching it and pulling away. Let's see if we can get some white ones. There we go. Okay. You just need a little something over his toes there. Okay, so that's that bit. Loosen all the brushes, and then we'll just tidy that up with a little bit of, tidy the bottom up there. I've got to put the other one away now, but there we go. Okay. What do you reckon? Think that looks okay? I think these need a little bit of breaking up at the back. So all I'm doing, I'm putting a little bit of something in front of them to make it look like they're not little soldiers, and that can come down to there. Okay, so okay, and I think that one's ready to be signed. I'm much happier with that one than I was in the previous one. That's good. I mean, by previous one, I mean the picture that it was before. Much happier with that. Okay, I'll just take my little signature. Which is quite simple. All I do is I sign all my paintings in red, except for 2 now, because I did them in black and white. They were black monochrome pictures. So because they were monochrome pictures, I signed them monochrome as well. But otherwise I sign mine in red, and I only put my 2 initials. Some people sign their whole names. I just put my initials. Oh, I'll tell you what we didn't do, just real quickly. Just did everywhere else. Just didn't put a little bit of a water line round. This is going to be fun now. There we go. Okay, yeah, that's sorted. There we go, that'll do. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this one. It's good fun painting, and again it just shows you how you can. So if you like the painting, it's available on the website. You can have a little look. It's rbart.co.uk. Follow me on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, and all under rbart, and hope to see you on one of the sites. See you soon. Bye bye.